He was permanently banned from Twitter for saying that women should bear responsibility for being sexually assaulted.
So the social media companies, what they do is they rely on all of you being stupid.
What you talking about, Willis?
Andrew Tate has been deplatformed, and it's a big talk today. Why exactly has this happened to him? Well, I'm going to answer this question. First of all, let's ask one particular question. Who is Andrew Tate? I was introduced to him just a couple of days ago, and I did make a video about him. Andrew Tate is he's a third American British internet personality and former personal kickboxer. All right. Following his kickboxer career, Tate began offering paid course and membership to his website and later rose to fame following a move to influence marketing. So Andrew Tate is very popular. He's probably one of the most popular person right now. If you were to type A on Google, Andrew Tate shows up. All right. So however, he's been making a lot of statements that some people just don't agree with, and some people feels like he's misogynistic and things he said about women. And we're going to listen to a number of videos here, and then I'll share my thought and perspective. I want to say, first of all, I didn't even know who Andrew Tate was just until like 2 weeks ago, because he made a video about he called Christianity a joke. And he said he would choose Muslim because of their standards, and Christians have gay pastors and so on. And I did make a video responding to that, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. That was my introduction to Andrew Tate, and I felt like, okay, this guy speaks his mind, and some things he says make sense. Some things he says are just way up there. So there's an extreme side to him. Nevertheless, he's entitled to his perspective. Here we are. We're going to look at some videos here from Andrew Tate, and he is talking about him being deplatformed, the reasons why he feels that way. And I'll also share another side of the story, and then I'll give you my perspective as well. Let's take a listen.
So the social media companies, what they do is they rely on all of you being stupid. They think, well, Top G, he has a lot of influence and he's helping men with men's issues, but we don't care about men's issues, and we don't care about free speech, and we don't care about anything that people go through. So we're just going to cancel him. And then instead, we're going to feed them a YouTube timeline where they can watch men try different makeup on, and hopefully they'll decide to watch one of them instead. They hope you're just going to forget about Top G. You're going to forget about all the lessons. You're going to forget about the lifestyle I purport. You're going to forget about all the things I can teach you. And instead, you're just going to run away and do something else. Oh, let's just delete Andrew, and maybe they'll watch about makeup, and maybe they'll just go do that. But you are not stupid. That's why you are here. And you need to show them that you're not stupid, because you have a memory. And just because they've deleted me doesn't mean you don't remember who I am and what I teach and why you need to be part of this movement. And that's why you're going to come with us to Rumble. This is the first time ever that the social media's primary weapon, the beta male's primary weapon of canceling, is going to fail. And they're going to sit around having panicked meetings, if they're not already doing it, watching this stream thinking, shit, we should have kept him on our platforms, because if we kept him on our platforms, we could have at least to some degree curated his content. We could have come to him and said, you know what, Andrew, very important discussion, very important thing, but you need to change the way you say this, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm a reasonable man. I would have spoke to him and said, yeah, okay, let's do this and let's do that. But now they have no control whatsoever over me. None. They could have kept me in their pocket, but they fucked up. Now I'm completely an outlaw, a renegade, the A-team. That's what they've done. And they think that you're going to forget, but you're not going to forget. And that's why we're going to permeate the matrix. Do not fall for the trap. The trap that they've laid for you is that you are stupid. And if you're not a stupid person, it ain't going to work.
And gentlemen, don't forget who you are. It's not about forgetting about the talisman. It's not about forgetting about Top G Andrew Tate. Don't forget who you are. If you find yourself one day on YouTube scrolling alone with the sun on your face, jerking off to stupid videos. What's the line? What's the line? There was a line there. I was about to nail the gladiator line. Listen, you have become a dork. Do not do that. Don't forget who you are. Everything that we've tried to teach you is against that kind of behavior. If you find yourself scrolling the next YouTube challenge and it's people throwing ice water on each other or jumping into pools or rolling around in the mud, and you've forgotten to watch the people who are important, the people who teach you lessons in life, because I'm telling you, the moment you raise your head above the line where they want you, they're going to whip you back in the line. And if they can't, they're going to cut your head off. So I want to see all my boys here everybody.
Everybody. It's not just about us. It's about you, yourself, your own platforms. And Tristan's right. If you ever find yourself on their platform just scrolling up and down mindlessly, you are literally just scrolling up and down propaganda, waiting for some of it to bite and control your mind. Don't fall for it. You don't need to do that. You need to.
All right. We can stop here. So, context, he's speaking to his fans. He was on Rumble and he's giving them a nice speech. It's what it is. I can examine and say some things I agree, something I disagree with, but we're gonna just leave it here for now. I'll save my thoughts for later. This is Andrew Tate. This is how Andrew Tate speaks. He just gets to the heart of the matter. But here are some critics, all right? Some critics, and listen to their perspective of what Andrew Tate has been doing and the reasons why he is deplatformed. And the big question is, do you think and agree that this man having been deplatformed was good? Having been cancelled was good or bad? Let me know in a comment below. But let's listen now.
Slap, slap, grab, choke, shut up, bitch, sex.
You might recognize this man.
Said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So she wants to do OnlyFans. She owes him some money because she's his.
Women should clean. And I sat there and I thought, how are women allowed to drive?
Andrew Tate is a self-described misogynist who has recently been booted off Instagram and Facebook. And his actions have been described as capable of radicalizing men and boys to commit harm offline. The 35-year-old is a former professional kickboxer who now creates content and runs an online course in modern wealth creation at a company he founded called Hustlers University. He's publicly said that he made his first million when he was just 27 years old, and that by 32 he had 100 million. He's also said that he became a trillionaire quite recently. But the problem is that there are actually no trillionaires on the planet, with Elon Musk estimated to be worth $250 billion. Essential Sport says that Tate's net worth is closer to $30 million.
Air stewardess is minimum wage.
His videos promoting misogyny have come to prominence this summer. He had 4.7 million Instagram followers at the time that his account was removed. It had grown rapidly from 1 million followers just 2 months before. Although his account has been banned from the platform, TikTok has been flooded with content about Tate. Videos with the Andrew Tate hashtag have been viewed more than 12.7 billion times. But it's important to note that this number doesn't just include content of Tate and his supporters, but instead videos criticising and making fun of the influencer.
Everybody knows the quickest kid in class gets all the bitches. That shit still applies today. The reason I get my pick on the most beautiful women in the world is because I am the fastest man in the galaxy.
He was permanently banned from Twitter for saying that women should bear responsibility for being sexually assaulted. But he is still on YouTube with over 750,000 subscribers. When interviewed by another YouTuber, he said he was absolutely a misogynist. But Tate has also told The Guardian that he plays a character in his videos and that he's actually innocent. He appeared on the 2016 season of UK Big Brother, but was evicted from the series after a video of him beating a woman outside of the show surfaced. He says that this video was a joke.
I love Trump. I think he's super inspiring.
Tate has been a vocal supporter of former President Donald Trump and has appeared on right-wing podcasts and shows like InfoWars, which is hosted by conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
All lies, all lies.
It's all a scam. Let me tell you something, man. When this corona thing was going on,
Look like a bitch. No, I'm not like these fucking mask wearers. What?
there's climate change activism, Extinction Rebellion.
Yeah, I'll show you an extinction.
So that's the other side of the story. To be honest with you, I could care less about Andrew Tate's political position, Trump or this, I don't care, or his view on women. Although I don't agree with some of them are actually correct. This is not a video examining Andrew Tate's speech. I am not the judge. I am not here to tell you what to think. I want to know what you think as far as him having been deplatformed on these social medias platforms. Was that okay or was it wrong? there's one issue that I have with Andrew Tate. As far as him speaking his mind, I totally respect that. Some things I don't agree with. I would have said them differently. Some things I do agree with. As far as him being a representative or being an example of maleness and stuff like that, I don't agree with that. I find that Jesus is a better example of a male than any man in the face of the earth, and I'm being very honest with myself. I wouldn't say I'm gonna follow Andrew Tate because he is just a model for me. Nah, I don't feel that way. But if he could help somebody else, some man out there, fine. Especially in a culture where manhood is heavily under attack. But here is the thing that I have a problem with when it comes to Andrew Tate. Not his words, not so much his political leaning, not being so vocal, not the way he carries himself particularly. My number one issue with Andrew Tate is this. He is a proud individual. Did you hear what I said? Pride is his greatest enemy. And I'm saying this and I'll say it again. You will not go far in life if you are a proud man. You don't have to take my word for it. Because I'm a minister, because I'm a Christian, I can tell you something. Every man who present themselves in a very proud way, they have a very prideful attitude, and they live in that attitude, be careful with. Let me tell you why. One verse. The Bible says, whosoever exalts himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. What you want is not a proud man giving me an example of maleness. What I want is a humble man teaching me godly principles. I have some men that I will look up to and say, these are good men. Andrew Tate, I cannot say is an example for me. Not for me. Maybe for some others. I tell you, Jesus is the man I would rather be like. I want humility, kindness, gentleness, meekness. These are qualities that makes a man a real man. A man who talks and speaks of his pride, speaks of his body and his muscles and how he treats women. If you were to ask me, that is not really what a man actually is. Now, we can go as far as some things he says that are correct. We can talk about that. And for those of you who are a fan of Andrew Tate, more power to you. You do as you want. But all I can tell you, wherever there is pride, there is destruction, corruption, envy, and eventually a fall is going to take place. So what happens to Andrew Tate? Do I agree and disagree? I'll save my thoughts for the comment below. I'm very much against censorship of any sort. But I would rather say I'll save my thoughts in a comment below. We'll talk in the comments below. Until next time, and as always, remember to look unto Jesus, to live by faith. Have a good one. Bye.